What is up, everybody? Welcome to another MyNBA2k19 video. Today we are going to talk about the spinners that we get on the draft board. I know when we play raining threes, at least when I play raining threes, I am really trying to get these spinners, just mainly for the fact that my pack luck is terrible. Can't get any worse than what a lot of people get in those raining threes gold packs. So we're hoping for the spinners, and a big question is, where do we stop the spinner? Where do we click the button in order to get the best chance of getting the card I want? So what we're going to do today is I took some of the spinners that I had, and I'm going to break them down into Slo-Mo. I know some people might not have the ability to see the actual spinner in Slo-Mo to see where the button is actually pressed, where it lands on, and see if we can find some sort of pattern in order to get better pulls. But anyway, if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Also, in the description, I do have a link to the Discord channel. If you want to go check that out, feel free to do that. Definitely a lot of fun. We have about 200 people over on the Discord posting pictures of all their pulls, talk about teams if you need a team, and all that stuff. Let me finish this game real quick. Maybe we'll get lucky and I'll pull something good while we're doing this right before the video. But like I said, I took about 6 or 7 spinners. I'm breaking them down into all separate tiers. Like I did some ultra rare, did some epic, epic prime, and elite. Break it down like Slo-Mo right when the button is pressed, and then where it lands, and count how many spaces it has in order to get, I guess, where it lands, and maybe it'll help you out on where you press it. I honestly have not seen much of a pattern, but it could be the fact that just depending on your device and a few other factors I'll probably talk about at the end will maybe determine, or it could just be random or predetermined by Cat Daddy, which I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case either. But let's finish out this victory real quick. Give me some more points. I'm about halfway there. In order to get another pack, I'm going to open a Paragon pack and another gold pack from the Raining Threes, probably in 2 days or so, I would think. Let me get these draft board picks. Let's get a good pull. That would be great. Need an epic dupe. I now have 17 epics and not one dupe so far. So definitely pulling a lot of epics, but you know, from either a spinner or, you know, when being an epic tier, you know, just getting them, but still got a bunch of singles. Anyway, no luck on the draft board, of course, but let's get into the spinners. Alright, first up, we got an ultra rare spinner. Like I said, I am going to freeze it, I guess, right when the button is pressed. So check out for the button. Look at the freeze frame, I guess, that so you can see where the button was pressed. Slow it down a little bit right before it lands on the gold focus type right when I push the button. So as I guess at least it shows that I pushed it on the gold focus type, and I land on the level up card, which is only one space after the gold focus type. Next, we have an elite spinner. I tried to do a bunch of different spinners, that way I could check to see if maybe the spaces were different just depending on what spinner it actually was. But like I said, this is an elite spinner. These are obviously the best ones that you want to get. And when this one is slowed down, you see freeze frame, first elite card, and I'm thinking, man, this is gonna be a good one. I never know where to push it, but I can kind of tell, I guess, where I actually do, and it lands on a offensive support. This time it was 6 spaces away. So with the ultra rare, it was only 1 space from when the button was pressed. The elite spinner, it was 6 spaces away. I mean, that does not seem like very good consistency. We have an epic prime now, and then this epic prime slows down. It lands right in between the red focus and the epic card, so right in between that, almost exactly on the line between the two cards. And then it lands on the playmaking support, which is almost exactly 2 spaces this time away from when the button was pressed. We got another elite spinner. I think total I've had like 3 elite spinners. I think I pulled 1 good card on here. But anyway, as you see, I land on the first elite card again. Just like the first spinner, I landed on the first elite card. And then this spinner, I landed on the first elite card. Almost the exact same spot. And this time it landed on the supercharged key, which was 4 spaces away. So the first elite was 6 spaces from when the button was pressed. This time it was 4 spaces away from when the button was pressed. So again, not much consistency depending on even the tier. Here we have an epic prime that stops on the epic card, at least where the button was pressed was on the epic card. And then fast forward on this one, this ended up being a good pull, landed on the epic prime player. This one that one I did with my eyes closed. I remember thinking and looking up and being like, oh my god. But anyway, that was 7 total spaces away on the epic prime spinner. But, you know, my eyes closed. I ended up pulling something great. We got an epic spinner. Freezes it at the support card. That was the epic prime support card. And then on this one, it is going to land on the ultra rare Crowder, which this one is 4 spaces away. So it's almost like each single time when you see the button pressed and you freeze frame it right when it shows the button is pressed on there, then you know, what does it land on? The last one, ultra rare. Freeze it on the epic card, and then as it goes through, it's gonna land on the level up card, the gold, or the regular level up card. And so that one was 6 spaces away. So as you can tell, I mean, I have a bunch of the, I probably have done 30 total or so spinners, I think, and I just pulled a bunch of them, tried to find a bunch of different tiers just so you can see what it looks like when you slow them down, freeze them, and where they end up and how many spaces. And as you can tell, I mean, the consistency and how many spaces it ended up at from the time that the button shows that it was pressed. There is no consistency, right? We had a 1, we had a 6, we had a 2, we had a 4. I mean, they're all over the place. One thing is for certain, though, that not one single time was the button pressed and did it land on that card. So that is the only thing I know for sure. There is one factor, I guess, that we can probably, you know, might play a role, I would say, and that would be latency. How much does that determine? And maybe even the device that you use it on, right? And so all of these were taken from BlueStacks. And so, you know, I don't know if it is like if you have better consistency if you use a phone, if you use an iPad, if you use BlueStacks. Obviously not BlueStacks because there was none. But, you know, there's a bunch of different factors. I see a lot of people say, oh, do 4 spaces, do 3 spaces, do it from this card. And I don't know. I've tried everything and there hasn't been one single pattern that I think actually works. But I don't know. If you see something, let me know in the comments. If you have a I guess a method that you use that work, what device do you use and what do you actually do? But anyway, I just wanted you to see what this looks like. Hopefully you did enjoy. Hopefully this provided some insight to me. All I can say is that it's completely random or that it's predetermined what you're gonna get before you even push the button. So it doesn't even matter. Eyes closed, eyes open. Try to do it at the right time. I mean, as you see, the spaces that it landed on was pretty much all sorts of numbers past it. But that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, hit that thumbs up. In the description again is a link to the Discord channel. If you do have a question about how to play this, I also have a Raining Threes guide that is in the description as well. So go check either one of those out, and I will see y'all in the next video. Hopefully your decks are looking good, getting ready for that first event. I'll check y'all later. I am out. Peace.